Welcome back to another episode of Saddle Saga.
The motorcycle podcast.
Shashi here.
Myself Mithun Gowda.
So what's up, Mithun?
So
What's
yes,
today's-
Shashi, episode
Yeah,
number
why
4.
do you have another chair?
So we don't have just a topic for today,
Okay.
and we have this segment called "People on the Saga," People on the Saddle. So
Correct.
we have a guest here today who's joining us. So
Oh, nice.
who's also into motorcycles. We are here today
Okay.
to hear about his stories, his
Okay.
journey, his experiences.
Okay.
So we'll welcome the guest.
Sure.
Hi Suresh.
Hi.
Welcome to Saddle Saga.
Hi guys. How's it going?
Hi.
Yeah.
Good.
Doing good.
You guys started the podcast, and
Yeah.
I've been seeing right from the beginning, from first episode.
Yeah.
You guys started and going good. Glad to hear that.
Thank you. Coming from you, it means really it means a lot. But Suresh, ours is a motorcycle podcast. But you are into someone like you say, right? Digital evangelist. You are into digital marketing. You teach digital marketing, all of that. How come digital marketing on the motorcycle podcast?
Well, because I see you guys how passionate you are, and doing a lot of sessions here. So yeah, and I have a lot of stories to share. So about bikes. So.
Great.
So you ride as well?
I used to, but not now.
Okay.
Yeah, but I used to.
Correct. So when was this? What were the bikes you rode? How was it? How did you start? What was your experience? So yeah, to tell you more about Suresh, he's my boss. We work together, as he said, and we are here at WMA Web Marketing Academy. We teach digital marketing, and if anybody of you want to know anything about digital marketing, I mean, he's the guy. Here's the place. So he's really like he's a mentor to me, and with respect to digital marketing, and like what he says here about WMA is we mentor you for life, and live example here. So that's what's happening. So,
Yeah. So I've been here in Bangalore since 2008,
Okay.
right? So, but my journey goes back when I was in my 10th standard.
Okay.
Now 10th standard means like those days. I'm talking,
What years?
80s.
Okay.
Okay, in the 80s. And I am originally from Ooty. When I say Ooty, not exactly. A small village in Ooty.
Okay.
Aruvangadu is the place.
Uh-huh.
So how I got interested is one of my friends used to, one of my friend's brother had a workshop. Okay, so bike workshop, and he's known. I mean, he will be like one cine star, right? So when he drives those days, and we look up to him like crazy. Okay, that guy is like a super. So in Ooty there are 3 or 4 guys who are into this one. If you tell their names, they will know. Everybody will know. Okay, this guy specializes in motorcycles, right? Only 4 or 5 people were there, knowingly across Ooty and Kuno. So he owns a garage.
Okay.
So this his brother is my friend, younger brother. Okay, so he is my friend, and he's the one who introduced, or maybe he took me to his garage, and I saw all those things. And when this guy rides, his brother rides, I mean, it will go crazy. We will be in the bus stop going for school, and when he comes, it's gone for a second. It will be like zoom.
If I interrupt you, sorry, but what bike did you used to ride back then? What was it?
Road King.
Okay.
Road King. So we know for sure. Of course, he used to ride other bikes too. Everybody comes to him for this thing. RX100 those days. Yamaha 500, 350, the RD, yeah.
RD350.
All of those things. He'll go crazy, right? So seeing that, I got inspired, and I used to spend time in the garage, okay, and just looking at it. And then slowly around 8th standard, 9th standard, we got in our villages, some of them got their uncles will have a scooter and all those things. So we used to try to take that and learn. So the Shanwas is the guy who's my friend. He taught me how to drive. Okay, so he is the one who taught me those days. Whatever bike we get, we'll do. Either it's Lamprada or Vijay Super or any all those days. Chetak 150. One of my uncle had that. So Saturdays I used to ask him. We used to beg him for that and try to get that one, right? So then he taught me, and any time he gets an opportunity, he'll bring a bike, okay, from his garage or something, and then we'll start to ride, right? So this happened, and I was very much interested. So then during my 10th standard, so after 2-3 years, my vacation on 10th standard, my parents went to Chennai. So they asked me, "Are you coming to Chennai?" I said, "No, I'm just enjoying here." And what we asked is, I asked my mom for her jewelry. Okay, so she gave me the jewelry, and they left. I took that jewelry, went to my uncle, and I told mom asked to sell this one, right? And he gave 9,000 rupees out of that. And we came back, and we already saw shortlisted one bike.
You already had
something. We had something in mind, and we were negotiating, we were going, and all those things. So that bike was a 1965 model Java.
Wow.
Right, 1965 model. And we wanted that one, and that was in another village, so we want to get it from him. So we tried to negotiate and do all those things, and for 6,000 rupees we got it. 6,000 rupees was a big deal. I mean, right? So and then we had around 3,000 rupees. So we said this 3,000 rupees is for modification. So we completely ripped off everything. We took the mudguard, everything, removed everything totally ripped off, and the shock absorber, everything out, everything, and complete. And then we designed it. So we got the race, what is it called, mudguard, this thing, that one, and so the behind this thing, mudguard, we cut it and we welded it like this. Right, so and then seat and all modified it. We took the headlight and made it into a mist light, smaller one, and the suspension we put a rubber this thing. So so not this we completely removed it, and the spring we put the rubber, and then we said, okay, we'll paint it. Okay, now what paint we'll do? So we were like, it should look like, when we pass, it should be noticeable. So what color we can do? So what color we can do? So then Shanwa suggested, Machan, this one is best. Post office red and shell white.
Oh wow, okay.
So it's a combination of this thing, right? So I think he would have seen in some movies or something like that, and he did told in mind, and then this thing. So we went to a painter. So the one painter, very popular painter, but full drunk. Okay, one super well known, and he will do an excellent job. But only thing is, if you give it to him, you will get it after 1 month or maybe 2 months or 3 months. You have to go behind him, right? So we did not know that. So we gave it, and 1 week, 2 weeks, nothing happened. So every day we used to go. Okay. We used to go there, sit morning. He'll come. I'm coming right now, and then he'll go. That's it. We will sit down and scrape it. We will put all the things. We will remove all the existing paint and keep it clean. Finally, we were able to paint that one into red and post office red and shell white.
Okay.
And it came out really, really good. Okay. Superb it was. And so that night we took it, but when we are taking home, there was no headlight was not working. We did not know, right? So so many days headlight was not working. So it is already night. So we have to slowly drive without headlight, and it is. And I'm talking
hill roads, right?
Yeah, hill road. Yes, from Ooty. This was in Ooty.
Okay.
To Ooty to Arungadu, it will take 45 minutes.
This was
back in this, and there's no street lights and all those things. Yeah. So we were like, somehow Shanu, he's the guy, right? So he drove, and then next day morning we took and we came. Like how we used to look up to his brother. Now everybody went, what this new bike? Because we know every morning on the way for bus stop, all my friends, everybody used to hang out. So waiting for the bus.
Okay.
So that is the time that we come, and we know exactly what time, and we went like superb it was. Everybody was like, wow, this, we never seen a bike like this. So we did that one, and we were like crazy. We used to drive and we used to go crazy. Everybody will in that road. If we come, you'll know the sound also, right?
Yeah.
So everybody
any modification with the exhaust as well?
No. That is
This was, something like all the old motorcycles had a unique sound, right?
Yeah.
Which used to differentiate that from other bikes. Whatever
Exactly,
were there
yeah.
in that
Yeah.
particular point
So-
of time.
So we did that one, and those days the helmet was not required. It's not mandatory.
Yeah.
But I wanted to have a helmet, so I spoke to my dad. I want a helmet, and oh, by the way, when my parents came,
Oh, yeah.
What was
so
the
my
reaction?
parents came and they saw a bike.
Okay.
Oh, they like, oh, bike. So I said, I took my dad and my mom for a ride, because those days there were no buses from our house to bus stop itself. Will 30-40 minutes it will take.
And you have to walk all the way?
Walk.
Yeah.
There's no road, proper road was not there, so you have to walk. So at least 20 minutes you will have to walk. So when I took them for a ride, they were like excited. Okay, super. Well, he learned how to do it. And then my mom asked, where is the chain, jewelry? Yeah. I said, I sold it and I got this bike. Right. Then, oh, by the way, what before this something happened. So when we came, before putting the shell white and this thing, we tried with somebody else.
Oh, okay.
We full black we did, dull black.
Oh.
Full black.
Okay.
And it came down nasty. Full black. And with the local painter we did.
Okay.
And then only we realized, okay, no, this is not going to. So we have to remove everything. So then we took it and we used to go. And those days how girls were separate and they see bikes and all, like we were like showing off like crazy, right? Every time we'll go somewhere, and this Shanwas will take everywhere. Where there's no proper road, he'll go in that one. He'll go take that one, and he will do all of these stunts and all he'll do.
Okay.
So he'll go 6th mile and all, right? So he will try to drive it from the 6th mile, that grass, this thing. So crazy stuff he'll do. So because by the time he also learned how these things work, so he also became a mechanic. So he knows stuff, right? So then a lot of things happen. Sometimes nothing will work. So watching them, I know how to do it. Like changing fix it. Everything we know how to fix it. We know. So the main thing is finding the cause, right? What is the problem? If we know that, then it's easy. But to find out what went wrong is that is the biggest thing, right? So he's got experience, and I'm with them, so I know carburetor and all. What if there is this thing is there? I know exactly the carburetor. There's one float, right? Float. We know if there is something wrong, that is a float issue. So then we'll take that on. We'll put a cardboard and cut it and put it in this thing.
That's the best part, right? Like back in days. When you own a motorcycle, you completely
know everything.
Everything about it, and then you start to ride it, and then you start working on it.
Exactly.
So this was like a entire process which used to happen back.
So crazy. So we know what and all happened. And one time something happened, we couldn't figure out what. It is not starting.
Okay.
What is the problem? We don't, whatever we tried and everything we tried, nothing happened. Even Shanwas was puzzled.
Okay.
And then afterwards he checked this thing. The main this thing under this thing, you will have one, what is that? It's a connector or something like that, which connects to the main thing, electric.
The points? That's
No. One big this thing will be the electric. I think that is what giving the electricity. Dynamo or something like that. Something like that.
Back in those
That's how. So that went. We did not know that.
Okay.
And we were struggling. Then we have to change that, and we have to try. And we know exactly if there is not starting. We know what could be the problem. We know, right? It could be. It is either there is something wrong with the carburetor, or there is something, or there is mud in the petrol. right? Because those days
That's
you
the
have
quality,
to.
quality of fuel.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get, correct?
the fuel and sometimes duplicate will come.
Yeah.
So and then it is mixed, right? It's oil and petrol. So it is not only petrol.
Yes.
So 1:1. So 1 liter petrol, 10 ml of oil. So if you forget, then it's gone. So you will have to be careful. And then filter we did not have, for example. So what happened? All mud and all went inside, and it's petrol was not coming. We were like trying to figure out, and we know exactly. Okay, this then we'll blow this thing, and this thing, mud will go away, and then after that we'll remove and clean everything, and then we'll put it.
Yeah.
And
Hands will be greasy, when you
Yeah.
motorcycle,
Crazy it is.
petrol and
Yeah.
everything. That's the best part, right, about
Yeah.
motorcycling back in days. You used to
Exactly.
do everything, right?
Sit and fix it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All
then
right.
sometimes there is no petrol. So from our house it is, if you go down to Kunur, on the way Kunur, it is a little bit, it's not like flat, it's a little bit down. So we know where to put neutral and we'll go. So we don't start, we'll put neutral and go. We will save petrol,
Yeah.
right? And those days we have to get petrol and we have to ask, we are not earning. So
One small break here again. So now that you mentioned your home, right? What happened to when your parents came back from Chennai?
yeah, that's what they saw this one and I told them.
Yeah,
I
you told
got
them,
it.
you
Yeah, I
told
got
them. What was
got-
their- what was their reaction?
They actually, my parents cool, but my mom was like, at least you could have kept it for pawn so that we can
We
take
could
it
have
back.
put it
Yeah,
up,
but I
we can
said
get it back.
if I give it, I'll get it only 5,000. So I'm not getting 5,000. That's why I sold it for 9,000.
It's like
Crazy.
spending 3,000 on a modification back in 90s was a big
Yeah,
thing.
80s,
right?
Yeah.
80s, yeah.
80s, correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we used to go and we know there will be petrol pump will be just half a kilometer.
Yeah.
So then we don't have petrol, right? From that there is plain. It is not you can't go in neutral.
Yeah.
So what do? Well, we'll actually we'll put it on this thing and we'll roll it so that the other side, because this
Whatever leftover is there.
yeah, because the petrol pump is the tank is like this. So in the chassis and this side is the
There's like the curve kind of thing, right?
So if this thing is on
Only
the
that.
other side,
Yeah.
the petrol this thing is on the other side. So now in order to get this one from here, there will be little bit petrol. So in order to get it, we'll have to put it down and tilt it and get the petrol come to this one, and then we'll start and we'll
That's
go.
the beauty of old motorcycles, right? You could easily, find,
Yeah.
what's
Chetak.
Yeah,
Chetak was
check
known
it
for
out.
that.
The
You know, if you-
accessibility for parts
Yeah.
also, right? With a lot of new guys, like the newer motorcycles, it's again
like-
technology
there's a
wise
huge
they've
gap, yeah.
improved, but feel
They were
wise
simpler back in
Yeah.
the days. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and the key is like a hole, right? It's like sometimes we don't have key, we would have forgotten or something like that. We'll put a nail and it'll
Oh my
start.
God.
So what happens is it goes. There are two.
Okay.
This thing it's like this, right?
Okay.
So when this thing key goes inside, it opens up. That's how it starts.
Oh,
So we put one nail inside and we'll start.
oh my god.
Right, so crazy. This was going on, and because I had this bike, 11th standard, I did not go to school. We were spending. We'll take my lunch box and we'll go sit down in his workshop. By this time, Shano has also got his own workshop. So we used to go sit down there, party. We'll play cards, whatever, all those things we did. Then after that I got scared. What happens? Everybody's studying. So if I don't study, so I asked my parents to send me to another school. So they sent me another school, which is a very bad school. There also I did not go. They kicked me out of the school. You can't. And I did my 12th standard in public.
Okay.
That is like tutorials.
Okay. Private.
Yeah, so where it's like a tuition. 5 or 6 people will be there. You take the tuition, and there I'll bring the bike. It'll be like crazy there. Like who goes to this thing? Even college students will not go in a bike. So we used to take that bike, and everybody will be like
That's the
crazy.
biggest flex, right?
Yeah. And evenings we used to go. I had a crush, and later became my girlfriend also. We were in a relationship for 10 years. the 10th standard, but we used to go to her house. So there, gang, you know how like in this area you're coming and looking at the girl.
Correct.
They got all this stuff, and they were planning to put ragi on the
okay.
floor, on the this thing, because when we
on the
pass
road,
on the road.
Okay, make you fall.
Yeah, because they'll see if the sound is there,
Okay.
coming from far.
And
And they just before me coming, they thought of putting that one,
Oh my.
and it'll skid, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So all these plans and all they used to do, and then everything we escaped, everything we did, and those days it was gangs too.
Yeah.
So my village is a kind of a local village, like kind of there are in Ooty there are 4 or 5 places, and there are 4 or 5 places. Kandala is one of the place in Ooty. People will get scared. Those guys are the guys who do the horses, all right, maintain the horses and all those things. That area is known for rowdyism. I mean, you can't. Similarly, our village is known for smaller this thing. So, and there is one Kunur. There is one place. I don't know. I don't remember that place. One theater is there, Ganesh theater. So, and there also that area.
Okay.
So there is always conflict where we fight, and when we are teenagers, and I used to take one time. I studied in my 10th standard. One guy kind of was doing something with me, and we have had a fight.
Okay.
Then he was threatening me with this. What is that union they used to have? Students Federation. What is that?
Okay.
SFI.
Okay.
SFI leader. He said, "I'll bring the SFI leader." And now next day I went and told my friends, my village guys, 30 people.
Oh.
30 people came afternoon, before evening, before the school got this thing, and one of my friends showed, this is the guy. They banged him like crazy.
Shit.
Like crazy, but not too much, but
yeah. It used to happen. It was quite common those days. Yeah.
So and everybody was like, even though they liked us, but they were back of the mind. It was like these guys, like, because we do crazy stuff. Shanu will go crazy, wheelie, everything that he will do, like in road only, main road only he'll do. It's crazy. So that we did. Then we used to ride, and 11th standard to around 12th standard when I came, we used to go crazy everywhere. We used to go. And then I had a fight with my girlfriend. So she was in the bus going to school. Okay. So she was going, and I wanted to go nearby the bus. I followed, and she was sitting in the last seat. So I want to go maybe talk something or something in the road. So it was in the corner. It turned like this. I went. There was a car coming. I didn't see. Hit.
Oh.
We got hit, and the thing is, I was wearing a jacket, and one of my friend is there. So now my handlebar is Canon handlebar. Okay. Like you got this thing, that one. So what happened when I hit this thing? Ambassador.
Oh, okay.
So the mudguard went inside. So I went and hit, and I was flying, okay, and when I hit and I got like this, right? Okay. The Canon handlebar, crashed, hit. Okay, I got a hit, and then I was falling down, and lucky, and then I was like, I sat down, and I came down, and I'm seeing my friend who was sitting back was flying on top of me.
Oh my God!
But he was not flying so much because he was, while this thing, he holded my jacket.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, he would have gone on top of the car.
So he kind of pulled
yes.
You. Yeah. Okay.
So he also pulled, and he also saved me a little bit behind.
Okay.
So when I came down, I thought my leg is fractured. I thought so.
Okay.
Then I was sitting, and then they all took me to a tea shop, and then they took me in a car, and they took us to the hospital, and they saw X-ray and all. They took around 30-40 people all came to the hospital, and today off school, nobody, because we are taking care of the
It's like some action movie scene or something.
Yeah.
Like, no, flying and
So then when I came back, they were showing the helmet. The helmet was scratched, was fully. If I wouldn't have had the helmet, my skull would have gone completely.
that's the best part about safety gears, right?
Yeah.
You know.
So and then we couldn't find the guy. I was like unconscious kind of a thing. But where is my friend? Nobody knows.
Okay,
So what
okay.
happened? There was a shop there. So the accident happened. They took him inside, and he was unconscious.
Oh.
Okay, and we did not know. So all these people did not know where is Jaga. We don't know. And evening when we came, they said he was in that shop. What happened to him? We asked because we don't know what
Correct,
happened.
correct.
So for him also nothing happened except a stone went a little bit give this thing. That's it.
Okay.
Flying on top. Nothing happened to him.
Thinking of
That's
it.
like-
That was the thing. And then Shanu and my brother, after accident, they had to take the bike from there. So they took a huge post, and they put it into this thing. It went and hit the chase. The chase came
You
up.
mean the chassis?
Yeah.
Ah.
Chassis came up.
Oh.
It was like, and the tire was like 8, right? It went inside and hit. Shit. And it was. Then they took it, and that was it. That is the end of Java, and we were trying to modify it, but still it was not
You
the
know,
same.
they tell, right, once any major crash happens, and you have to get the bike back in shape. It
Yeah.
takes a really long time to
yeah.
get it perfectly
Yeah.
done.
So that was, and then I went to Coimbatore for studying. So now while studying, I wanted bike still, right? So I went and got a Road King, SD Road King. So
After
that
Java,
was
Road
Road
was
King.
the next bike. Oh, nice.
Next bike. So that also a little bit older model, not the new one. We got a older model, and I was riding. And we used to come from Coimbatore to Mettupalayam ride was superb. It will be this thing. Weekends we'll come to Ooty, we'll spend time, and it was wonderful time. So that I had. And then I sold that one and got another one, different Road King, same Road King around in the when I started to work, I got another Road King. I was having that one for 2-3 years there. Then I moved to the US.
Okay.
So it was no use. My brother, nobody was driving. It was there, but it's been 10 years. I lived in the US for 10 years, so it was of no use. Then when I came back in 2008. Here in Bangalore, me and Shanwas was Mysore. He was in Mysore. So I went and said, Shanu, we want a bike this time. He went and found a bike for 13,000 rupees, Road King. This was in
2008.
2009. 2008, 9. For 13,000 rupees he found. And I was having here in here, and I was having it, and I was riding it, and I used to take to IMB when I was studying. So we used to go. So that was that. Then after that, I got my car, and I did not get much of this thing to ride. So I asked Rajesh yesterday. He came. So I asked him to ride for some time, and if you get a good pricing, I think he sold it for 40,000 rupees or something like that. In 2011, 40,000 rupees. We got it for 13,000 rupees. Got it for 40,000 rupees. And then now one of our alumni, Bharat, he used to have bikes. He is also SD fan. So he's got a classic, and he wasn't. He said, I'm in need of something. Do you want to buy this? I said, okay, I'll buy it. So I got that bike, and I'm not riding it. So I told you only ride. When I go to Ooty, I'll collect it. So that is where we are right now.
Wow.
Oh my God.
It was like a flashback,
Exactly. Yeah.
like complete nostalgia kicking. But Suresh, if I ask you now, if you want to, the experience part of it, like how was it riding those bikes? All 2-strokes, all vintage bikes. They have their own charisma.
So now looking at it, now we know. But those days it was pure passion and pure this thing. and we loved it, right?
Yeah.
So we don't see anything much more, but we learn to appreciate that run, right? So how good it is, and even that time, SD was still, they were not manufacturing, I think. They stopped. SD is Road King and all stopped. Road King stopped. So then we appreciated that. Now we have that machine and we are just enjoying that. Now they are not making. So we take pride in the more older bikes that we have. It is superb, and we are able to fix it and keep it in a running condition, right? That is
the best part, right?
Yeah.
All these old motorcycles.
I mean, I have my cousins got RX100 and all. I've written all those things. But when you ride this, you get a satisfaction. And so I don't know if you know this. Road King and all will not immediately. It will not go fast. Okay. So, but whereas RX100, which is 100cc, 125cc, they will start. But Road King and all those things, what will happen is it has to get heated up.
Yes.
Then you go. It will keep going, right? The engine needs to get hot a little bit.
Yeah.
So then gets the flow, and then you keep going, right? It is that's what, and you get the comfort. When we sit down in a 100cc or a 125cc, I mean, it's okay. It's for this thing. But when you sit down in this and you ride a long drive, you don't feel tired. You don't feel that this thing.
It's like the luxury cruisers of 90s, right? 90s or 80s, 90s, 70s,
all of those.
Yeah. So it was, and most of, if anybody asks even now, what if you ask me, out of SD, Classic is there, several others are there, Rajdoot is there, Java is there. If you ask me which one is the best, I would say SD Road King is the best.
Road King.
Road King.
Is the name.
I mean, Road King.
Yeah.
The name itself,
it's
Road
glorified
King.
and it's very apt.
Yeah, and it is rugged.
Yeah.
Right, rugged. It's like maybe Java is also kind of a thing. It's Czechoslovakia engine, right?
Yes.
Java, that older models are Czechoslovakia made, right? So they are little bit. If you compare it with the Road King and Java, this is little sensitive.
Okay.
Java is little sensitive, but Road King is rugged, where you can just do whatever you can play with. Yes,
and everything.
Everything.
Nowadays we have separate segments for everything.
Yeah.
Off-road and ADV,
cruisers,
sports. Back then it was one motorcycle and
for everything.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah,
and
it'll take all that. It takes it. That's the best part. All these old motorcycles, it used to test the person who's riding it.
Yeah.
When it comes to newer motorcycles, you get to know about it like after like 1 week or 2 weeks of owning it. Old motorcycles, the more you.
Yeah. It's like you're building relationship with that.
You tame it. You tame yourself. The bike tames you.
It's like a horse.
It's like you ride me and you test me like.
Yeah.
That's when you know more about the motorcycle.
It's like taming a horse.
Exactly.
Right? So and then Java we kept the silencer, but Road King we'll remove the silencer.
Okay.
I mean that beat like thunder it will be, right? Like that we'll remove that one and you keep it. It is absolutely the sound.
Madness,
Yeah.
that is.
and it's so powerful, and I mean you can see. I mean when we were living in quarters at that time in Coimbatore.
Okay.
When I come night 12 o'clock and all, everybody will be like awake and they will shout at me. This guy, can't you when you're coming, can't you what to do?
People could easily recognize you by your motorcycles.
Yeah.
Okay, this guy coming now.
Yeah, so they know what time this guy comes. So after some time it went too much. So what happens until my in the gate, I'll stop there and then I'll push it.
Oh,
that's like.
Yeah. So my next question for you is: you spent a good amount of time in the US, right? And back in those days, how was the motorcycle scene there? Like, did you get to encounter or experience anything? Like, how was it? Did you get a chance to, come across that?
Yeah, see, now those days, before me getting, okay, imagine when I got that one, I'm in 10th standard. Okay, one of my friend who was in 9th standard,
Okay.
he's younger than me, he got a N Suzuki.
Okay.
Okay, then I used to hang out with him, and that square one,
the boxy
the old one,
shape.
yeah. So he used to get one, and we were like, okay, because it's like 100cc, and we'd always argue, what, but 100cc, we'll always
We always pride neighbors in
right. So we always make fun of him, and we'll not come on, man. What does you call it a bike, right? So, but we together only we'll have fun. But yeah. So then it's not only I had Road King, he had in Suzuki, others had Chetak and several others. So we'll go Saturdays, Sundays. We'll go to
I would like to tell this. That's the best part of motorcycling back then. Nobody used to look at the motorcycles what you were riding. It's all about riding together.
Yeah.
That's a brotherhood which created. That's all about brotherhood and motorcycling. What they tell, right? It's like the group which they had. They don't care about what bike you ride.
Everything.
It's all the passion you need to have. Just
So now back then, where we used to go is we used to go have drinks, and that time drinking is a big deal, right?
It's a big deal.
Yeah, and you can't, and nobody knows. You don't drink on a regular basis. It's a chance you get.
Correct.
So we used to go to places where not many people will go. They don't know those places. We discover when during the school we discover. We'll go to those places.
Like off
Nobody should be there. For us, nobody should be there. Not a tourist spot. We have several of them like that. We'll go there, sit there, have drinks and party, dance there, enjoy, and then we'll come the whole day. We'll go like this. So several spots we have. That is one more beautiful thing about this, where nobody know that there is a place like this exists.
That's the best part, right? Go explore. Again, motorcycle comes in picture. That's what it's all about. How you enjoy. Right? Everybody has different ways of doing it. Again, that's the best part of motorcycling.
So and especially in Ooty, right? It's a whole different experience.
Correct.
Okay, where there is hill, you have to drive up the hill, and it's for example, if you to go to my place, there's a steep like this. Okay, that time they did not put road, but it's a steep. We'll have to go.
Okay.
Right. So and all of a sudden when we are going up. There will be a lorry behind coming reverse, and there is only this thing you can do, right? Reverse it will come. What do we do now? We'll go back, or how it is, right? So we'll have to manage, and all these things Shanwas taught me, how to do it. All of these things.
This was all the trail riding which they call now, right? People used to just do it just like that. They didn't have
they didn't have naming or something. That was like
everyday commute, right?
That is
off-road.
And so now I told you, right? So we have to walk. So now to come to the walking like tar road, you have to walk some mud road where there is no this thing, where only one person can walk. Two people, if somebody is coming from this side and we are going, we can't. Okay. In that narrow, the Shanu will take the bike and we'll go from there. In that one. And everybody will be like, this guy's crazy, we can't even walk, you guys. And right, everybody in the village knows each other.
Crazy.
So good times we had.
Wow.
And they've known me for that in my village. It's like,
that's another thing, right? When you have a motorcycle, you'll have a different story, right? Every time you can just people will even if people don't know by your names, right? They'll be like, oh, this guy, he rides SD Road King. Oh, I know this guy. That's the best part, right?
That's nice.
One thing.
So then You know what? I taught my girlfriend road king,
Oh my God.
and she like a pro. She from Coimbatore to that what is that Mala is there, right? One
Valparai.
no Murugan, this thing is
Mudumalai.
Marudamalai.
Marudamalai, yeah.
So she used to take and pops and all will be like crazy, right? How that time we never seen a girl driving, right? No, we don't see, and that too road king. Okay, 100cc maybe, but nobody, and she used to drive. And I used to be behind, and I used to slow down, you know. But she used to ride.
But that too in Tamil Nadu, back in days,
nobody.
girl riding a motorcycle is something very big, right?
Yeah, it is.
That to places like these, like
motorcycling itself.
So her name is Rekha. So she used to ride. And she
Spreading
enjoyed
motorcycles, this thing to everybody, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
So what else do you have, Suresh? Like, wow, this was like complete
walk through
nostalgic,
right?
flashback. Like stories today like these, you just can't make these happen. So it was really I was in awe. I'm sure Shashi would also agree with me. Listening.
No,
to
I
this.
was just experiencing is like walking us through the journey, right? Because we could connect with him very easily because of one thing, motorcycles again. So that thing is like, we have really walked through the experience what he's gone through. It is a lovely experience.
So and those days owning a bike, motorcycle, it's not everybody owns it, and even if somebody wants it, they will get a 100cc. Parents, if you ask their parents why you're getting old one, no, you get a new one. So a lot of my friends and all cousins, everybody had a new one. I'm the only one who had, I had and I wanted that bike, older ones, not the new one.
So if you were, let's say hypothetically or realistically, if you want to own one motorcycle today, new, old, irrespective, which one?
It will be still
Road King?
Road King
forever?
Yes.
Wow.
That's the thing, right? That's a connection which the motorcycle has made. You can't really. That's the best part.
And yesterday Bharat was bringing, right? And we were talking, with the new SD launched, right?
Correct.
And he saw something somewhere, and I was like, man, we can't even think about it, right? I mean, everything is automated, and he was telling, see, today's generation want everything automated. You want to have a auto, this thing, but you to start the bike, if you don't know how to start, your legs will be gone, right? So you have to pump
That's
it.
the thing, right? Nowadays they want everything easy.
Yeah.
And one more thing, though they can replicate the motorcycle's design, they
Aesthetically.
can't, aesthetically, right?
Yeah.
They can't, recreate the feel which that motorcycle had.
Those things can
never be recreated. Though people tell that what's this old technology, old generation. Again, we need to stay updated with things. You don't really understand until you do it, right? Once you have experience that kickstart and everything, you would never go back again to this electric start.
Electric. Oh, no ways.
That's the best part of it.
And Java too. The new Java. I mean, I don't think so. For us, it is like an 100cc, right? It feels like 100cc. The sound also is not even close.
In the name of technology, they.
See, that's what we used to discuss a couple of weeks ago, right? So it's like the mass appeal. People are going for that. But again, if you consider the authentic, the feel, right? These bikes are also good. But when you have that, kick starting by yourself, you have to pump it. It doesn't start with one kick. You have to pump it, set the amp. Maybe for the Enfields and the Java had something else. That connect was there, that you used to understand the motorcycle. Okay, you know what, this many pumps I do and then I kick it, it will start.
Exactly, So that's the thing which differentiated, bikers and motorcyclists, right? Apart from different people, right? You really had to have that, the skill or whatever you call it.
It's a technique.
Right? It's a technique, More than a skill, it's a technique. Like,
it's not power. For example, like my girlfriend can start. I mean, it's not like somebody who's heavy should. And those days, they also we also used to get Bullet Royal Enfield, old one.
Yes.
Okay, that also Shanwas and all this. But still, if you ask me, mine is the Road King.
It's nice.
And again, when it comes to this thing, another thing is Willys and Gypsy. They used to modify old Gypsy and modify. This Shanwas brother, they used to have Willys. They bought that's a cut one, right? Smaller one. The military they used to in Muti there is military this thing. So Willys they used to get, and those they'll modify. Gypsy they'll modify, and that is if you're looking at four-wheeler, that is how it is.
Oh yeah.
It's like, back in days when you really wanted something, you yourself have to, plan for it and get it done. Rather today it's all about going to a customization shop and just, tell them to do this. The feel which you get when you really, have something in mind and you yourself create it, and with the, help of like-minded people again. The entire process itself is like a journey again.
Like for example, painting. We go and sat down and painted, and when we saw how and helped them, and then we had
this thing which after so many years is able to tell the exact thing whatever happened.
Right.
That's the best part of it, right?
Yeah. How many years it's been? What, 30 years?
30 years.
Even today, you remember what you guys decided on the color, the color when it comes to post office red.
So you will have to name exactly. It's not any red, right?
Some red, randomly, And when you say it's post office red, for us it's like it just came in right in front of me, and also
simple
and I was telling, right. So when I got the helmet, I got a Canon helmet that is monkey shape, right, with this thing, and it was like you were having Java and having this monkey shaped Canon helmet, right? So it was crazy, right? But I matched the same color, so kind of color. I want exactly this, and went to Coimbatore, and my dad took me, and I wanted this exactly. Some of the stores did not have, so we did not buy. I want this
really
exactly.
Great. Back then, it's good. So, Mithun.
I think I need a minute,
Yeah, I know.
Just all soaking it in. It's like wow.
Yeah, it's the best part, right?
Yeah.
You just get to experience these stories, right?
I mean, that's the thing, right? Saddle Saga, when we decided, it's not something like we have some celebrity motorcyclist. I mean, no offense, we will definitely have someone there. But again, this is also a story. This is also an experience, right? So, Saddle, the motorcycle saddle, right? That's where the stories, the experience churn out, and listen to these stories. I mean, that's what it's for, and for whatever it's worth, we had an amazing time having you.
Thank you,
Suresh.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your
You're welcome.
stories.
Thank you. It was pleasure interacting and sharing what I experienced.
So,
thank you.
As we said, that was a wonderful story. Let us know in the comments, guys, what you think. And until next time, signing off, Enfilter Gowda.
Signing off, Shashi.
Suresh Babu.